Hey y'all, Tuesday, we're back at work today. I had a glorious 4 days off. My sister did not get to make it down. We thought Kimberly was going to be able to come down next week or last weekend, and she didn't get to come down. The boys were sick, there was a lot going on, and she was feeling cruddy, and I'm like, stay home. So we'll see her in November. But anyway, I wanted to get on here while I was eating lunch and do an eating video with the topic of how I've lost weight. I've had a lot of people ask me, how have you lost your weight? So I've lost over 20 pounds, and I thought, well, while I'm sitting here eating, I can go ahead and tell y'all how I've done it. I think most of you guys probably already know. Here's my thought process before I get into it, because I'm going to get good comments and I'm going to get bad comments. I'm probably going to get, Amy, you shouldn't do it that way, and I'm probably going to get some judgy comments, and then I'm going to get some real supportive comments, and I'm about it. I usually leave all my comments up unless they're real hateful, and then I'll just delete and block. So when videos like this are made, everybody's got an opinion. So with all that being said, this is how I am doing it. This is what works for me, and I am under a doctor's care. Okay, so first thing, before we get into it, let me show you what I'm eating. So I went to Brahms. If you are ever out running around and you have a Brahms in your area, ooh, they gave me a cottage cheese. You can eat decent at Brahms. What is all that? Can't have that, can't have that. So Brahms, let me raise my seat up. I don't know about y'all, but I am over this weather. I'm over it. I'm a summer girl, but enough is enough already. It is a little bit cooler today than it has been. Let me get my little pillow. So anyway, if you ever need to eat light and you have a Brahms, you can eat well at Brahms. So I got the grilled chicken strawberry poppy seed salad. So it's got grilled chicken, spinach, strawberries, pineapple, blueberries. Okay? And it comes with poppy seed dressing, and I don't really know the nutrition facts on it, but it's probably not good. Yeah, it's sugary. It's got sugary in it, but it's what I've got, so it's what we're eating. But I normally probably wouldn't choose this. So, but it's so good, and no big deal. We want progress, not perfection. Okay, so I am not a doctor. I am not an expert. I only know what works for me. But I can tell you, if you decide to go on a weight loss journey, shoot for progress, not perfection. My doctor even told me on my last visit, he's like, which was Friday, he's like, it's good to have a goal, but we don't want to obsess. And I said, you got it. So anyway, 3 things I've been doing to lose over 20 pounds. So the first thing I did was I went to my doctor. And my doctor, not just any doctor, my doctor, who I've been with since 2010, so 13 years. I've been with him since 2010. He knows everything about me. He's been my only doctor in all of that time, unless I've had to have a specialist or something. So 13 years is a long time to have a relationship with your doctor, and he knows what I can do and what I can't do. And he's been taking care of my heart and my lungs and all the parts of me for the last 13 years. So I went to him, and he's like, what's going on? And I said, I feel fat, and I feel tired, and I can't control my food, and I don't have any energy, and what do we do? Help me. So I've told this story before, so some of you guys probably already know. And I said, I need help. And he's like, okay. So he starts going into the Manjaro and the Ozempic. But we opted those out for me because, one, I'm not diabetic, and two, I didn't need to lose the kind of weight that would cost that much money. And I was like, no, I can't afford that. I'm not interested in that. So he suggested Phentermine. And I said, okay, let's do that. So I started Phentermine May 5th. And I just got the regular prescription dose. And my dosage, or my prescription, says to take 1 pill in the morning. That's it. So that by the time you go to bed at night, you can go to sleep, because it wakes you up, it speeds you up, and it suppresses your appetite. So, Phentermine is a lot, so I can only take a half a pill at a time. So he's like, do the Phentermine, take 1 pill in the morning. I want to see you again in 30 days. He said, but this is what else you have to do. You can't just take Phentermine and lose weight. I mean, you probably could, but you have to put in the work, right? Phentermine is just there to help you. You still have to work out, and you still have to watch your food, all that. And he's a stickler. He said, we're going to do this, but you have to give me 30 minutes of exercise every day. You have to eat lean and green, lean and green, lean and green. Low carb, stay away from the white stuff, stay away from the flour, the sugar, the chip, all that. And I said, okay. Since May, I take my 1 Phentermine pill, and I take half in the morning and half in the afternoon. I can't take the whole thing at once. It's too much. So I split mine up and makes it more of a time release situation. Okay, so that's the Phentermine. When you're on the Phentermine, it suppresses your appetite. So you're only able to eat a quarter or a half of what you've been eating. That's how it was for me. This is my own story. And so you're going to eat significantly less. However, you can't just go to Taco Bell, order a burrito supreme, which those are my favorite, but you can't just go to Taco Bell, get a burrito supreme, cut it in half and eat that. It's still full of fat. There's no nutrients there. You've got to get in the good stuff. You got to get in your vitamins. You got to get in your minerals. You got to get in all that stuff, whatever that looks like. So, I use my FitnessPal app on my phone. It's free. And when I tell you guys I'm obsessive about putting my calories in my FitnessPal, I am obsessive about putting my calories in. Obsessive. That is an option. You don't have to do that. But it keeps me mindful. And it helps me to keep up with what I've eaten for the day. So low carb, mostly low carb. I've done really, really well. The Phentermine makes that easier because you don't crave all the sugar and the crap and the junk. It takes, like, I can look at a chocolate chip cookie now and just walk past it. I've never been able to do that before. So it takes those cravings away. And while you're doing the Phentermine, your body, because you can't stay on Phentermine forever, you reach your goal and you take off. It's not something that you can stay on. It's not good for you to stay on for a long time. But while you're on it, you learn how to eat. You learn how to change your eating habits. Your stomach shrinks so that when you come off of it, you're able to maintain those healthy habits, right? So, It's like training wheels. So I obsess over my calories. I put them in my Fitness Pal. I eat low carb. I eat smaller. But I make sure I eat the good stuff. You guys know that I love, love, love fruits and veggies. I love them. I love fruits and veggies. Let's see. So eat healthy. Keto, dirty keto, low carb, whatever your level of cutting out carbs is a huge factor. So if I was just taking Phentermine and I was still eating Burger King and Taco Bell and cookies and Krispy Kreme, the weight's not going to come off. You might not be able to eat a whole donut. You can only eat a half a donut, or you only eat 2 donuts instead of 4, depending on your body. But that's just junk. You have to put in the good gas. You can't just take the Phentermine and call it good. You got to put in the good gas. So anyway, that's what I'm doing, sitting here doing it. The Phentermine has also caused me to eat slower. That was a side effect for me, to slow down on my food, chew my food. I used to just inhale. And now I get fuller quicker, so I eat slower. It's a magical thing. Now let's get to the exciting part. Exercise. I know that's hard for a lot of people, and I get it. That comes very easy for me. Before I even went on weight loss, you guys that have been with me for the last 8-9 years, I've been running all these years, rowing, swimming, yoga classes. I've physically moved my body since I came out of my mother's womb. It runs in my family. Me and my sister both love to exercise. I remember my mom running in the mornings every now and then. My dad was a fitness guru. He was a police officer, so he had to stay in shape, and he took karate. He was working out every day in the gym. He lifted weights. He worked out in his garage. I mean, he drank massive amounts of water, and he liked peanut butter and cheese. I remember. Anyway, for me, working out is easy, and I enjoy it. I love going on a run. It doesn't matter if I'm 50 pounds overweight or I'm super thin. I love to run. I can tell my endurance is different when I'm heavier. My endurance is getting better now that I'm 20 pounds lighter. There's not as much to carry. But the thing with that is you have to still change your eating habits. You have to change your exercise habits. And if you can't do much exercise, walking is enough. It's enough. So anyway, my doctor said you need to give me 30 minutes every day. Well, I'm like, okay. So I do work out, God, y'all, 5 to 6 times a week. There's a few days sprinkled in here and there when I don't work out, and some workouts are more vigorous, and I just do what I feel like. Sometimes I'll just go for a 2-mile walk. Last night I went for a 3.5-mile run, and I did yoga, my pole yoga. A few nights ago I did my weights. Just whatever I feel like. I'm not strict on myself. I just go, do I want to run today? Do I want to do my yoga pole today? Do I want to vigorously deep clean my house today? Do I want to mow the yard? All those things are a workout. So, now, I will say, for you women out there, and this might be TMI for some of you guys, but it's just what's happening with me. You know, us girls, and our monthly, for me, every month, it's been this way my whole life. I want all the little Debbies. I want the spaghetti. I want the macaroni and cheese. I want the bread. I want the comfort food. I want all that yummy gravy biscuits. With the Phentermine, with the food changes, and with the exercise, it's not as extreme, but it's still there. It's still there. So you know what I did? There's two things I keep in my house when I want something sweet. 3. 1 is mixed salted nuts. Not real sweet, but for some reason they curb my sweet. A handful of cashews and almonds and pistachios. It's like eating a chocolate chip cookie. For some reason. I keep those in my house. You guys have seen in my last haul. Sugar-free popsicles. Keep those in the freezer. And from Aldi, you can get dark chocolate chunks. They're like chocolate chips, but they're square chunks. And it's dark chocolate. If I'm having a craving, I pour the bag into a baggie, the bag they come in. I pour them into a Ziploc baggie. I keep them in my freezer. And if I'm feeling like I need something sweet, I'll grab a handful of mixed nuts, grab a handful of those dark chocolate chunks. It's like a Reese's. Even if you're not dieting, you should try that. You're welcome. So that's it, y'all. That's how I'm doing it. I started at 154 pounds. And the last time I got on the scale, it was 131 pounds. And another person asked me how tall I am. I'm 5'3". That is a very common question, and I don't know why. People like to know how tall I am. I'm 5'3". 5'3". So 154 pounds, and I even weighed up to 165 at one point. 165 pounds on a 5'3" frame, for me, no ma'am. No ma'am. I'll never do that again. Another thing I've done, because I probably only have another 3 months of Phentermine, and then he's going to start tapering me off, and that's fine. So all my clothes, most of my clothes, pretty much all my clothes, they're all too big. The pants I'm wearing right now are about 2 sizes too big. So I started out a size 12, and now I'm down to a size 8. In tops, I've gone from large down to medium, and now I'm graduated to small. So all my clothes that are too big, I was gonna keep them. I was gonna keep them and store them and hold on to them. And my boss Maggie said, get rid of them. I said, well, what if I gain a few pounds in the winter? She said, you won't. You're not going to. Don't sabotage yourself like that. So if you're losing weight, go ahead and get rid of those clothes that are too big. Don't hold on to them, because what you're doing is holding on to who you used to be. Holding on to those just in case. No, you set your goals, you achieve your goals, you stay on track with those goals, because we're not going back to size 12, okay? We're in a size 8. We're not going back. So don't hold on to those clothes where you go, oh, it's okay if I go ahead and eat that ding dong and that donut. I've got my big fat pants. No, we're not doing that. And I said, you know what, Maggie, you're right. So I've been, as I put on my pants, I'll put on an outfit in the morning, and I'll be like, oh, those are too big. So I'm wearing a belt with mine today. And these will go in the too big pile, and then I'll have to go find some more pants. Anyway, with the Phentermine. I did my first appointment I told y'all about. He said, I want you back here in 30 days. Done. I went back in 30 days. He listened to my heart. He listened to my lungs. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Asking me all the questions, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I want you back in 3 months. That was Friday. I went back. Heart, lungs, checked all the things. Are you good? Yes. Okay. How's your eating? How's your workout? Call me if you need anything. How is your lung pills? How's your breathing? You know, we're good, we're good, we're good. Told him my routine. He said, okay, 3 more months. And I said, okay. He said, you're right where you should be. And let's have a goal, but let's not obsess. So that's where we're at. The way I'm doing it is not for everybody. I know a lot of people say that Phentermine is horrible and it's awful for you. It's been great for me. I haven't lost my hair. I haven't lost any teeth. I haven't had any side effects other than dry mouth, and that has gone away over time. I still get it, but not like I used to. So everybody is different. Just because one person has a bad experience doesn't mean another person's going to have a bad experience. Also, most diets work, okay? Whether it's low carb, keto, watching your calories. That's another thing I didn't mention. I watch my calories. I stay between 12 and 15. I stay right there between 12 and 1,500 calories a day. That's enough for me. I know some people are like, Amy, you need 1,900 calories a day or it's not healthy. No, not for me. I don't need all that. Some people might need that. I don't need that. It depends on your lifestyle. You know, if you're sitting at a desk all day, you certainly do not need 1,800 calories. Okay? If you are running 10 and 15 miles a day and you have an active life and you're, you know, way more active than even I am, you probably need 2,000 calories. I don't. I found what works for me. I feel like I was going to say something else. I can't remember. So if Phentermine is something you want to consider, talk to your doctor. But remember, you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. It's not a magic pill. It's not a magic. It's not an answer. Oh, I know what I was saying. Any kind of diet you do, whether it's watching calories, keto, low fat, anything. Most anything will work. But you have to stick to it. The only way you're going to lose weight is consistency. Whichever avenue you choose, you have to stay consistent. After I had Wyatt, I got up to 160 pounds. And I was getting ready for work one day. I was working at the hospital, so I got out of the shower, I was putting on my scrubs, and I saw myself in the mirror. Wyatt was a year old. Alex was 6 years old. I had been busy raising kids. I hadn't had time, and working full-time. I hadn't had time to stop and look at myself in the mirror or take care of myself or worry about how I felt or what I looked like. I was just raising kids, taking care of the house, going to work. Had a 1-year-old and a 6-year-old, and that morning, for some reason, I paused and I looked in the mirror and I started to cry. I remember vividly. I started to cry and I was like, oh my God. No, we're not doing this. So I went to work that morning and I had a friend from Germany. She lives in the United States, but she's full-blood German. And she's little bitty and she's always ate really, really healthy. It was just a way of life for her. And I was like, hey girl, she was a dear friend of mine. I said, I gotta lose weight and I don't know how. And she said, I got you. And starting that day, that very day, she taught me how to eat low fat. I would not suggest that for me at this point in my life, because then I was 25 or 26 years old. Now I'm 49 years old. So it was a low-fat diet, and it worked. It worked. And I still ate healthy. I was still going 90 to nothing, moving my body constantly, you know, exercise constantly. And just from raising kids and house and work, you know, I was a CNA, so I was on my feet 16 hours at a time. And then anyway, it took me 12 months. There was no Phentermine involved then, but on a low-fat diet, I would not put anything in my mouth that had more than 3 grams of fat. I would stop eating when I was full, and I didn't take a bite of anything after 6 o'clock at night. Those were the 3 rules I followed then. And then working out, of course. And those 3 things, it took me 12 months, and I lost 40 pounds. And I kept it off. Kept it off my whole life up until the last few years, which I peaked at 160 again. We're not going back to that. I feel too good. So anyway, we're almost at 30 minutes. That is how I've lost a little over 20 pounds. Don't worry, I won't lose more than 10 more. So another 10 pounds and I'm good. And the only reason I want to do that is because I still have a little weight on my hips and my tummy, and I'd like to get that off. So I'm not looking for a perfect little hot body. I've always been very modest in my dress and my bathing suits. I'm not looking to impress anybody. I'm looking to feel my best. I am looking to feel my best. So there you go. There you have it. That's how I've lost the weight. But if you do, if you are considering Phentermine, talk to your doctor first. You can only get it from a prescription anyway, unless you go on the black market or underground or get it from a friend. Don't do that. Go to your doctor. Go to your doctor. And eat your spinach and do your exercise. Okay, that's all I got. I love you guys. The Lord loves you more. See you in the next video.